Today is going to be a very big day for any blue hives, especially for me. If you take a look over here, not there, we have completed 250 Bucko Bee quests. And when you go ahead and check it out over here, we did just get his gifted diamond egg. So here it is. We did indeed complete the 250 quest. That is legit. And what that actually unlocks for us is this Tide Popper. I've been waiting for it for so long. We have the 1.5k blue extracts, 150 stingers, tropical drinks, swirled wax, super smoothies, and the comforting vials. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how I actually managed to get this Tide Popper really easily as a free-to-play player. And if we were to confirm, I have only been playing for 30 days. So let's go ahead and buy this item right now, guys. We have just drained all of these resources. I literally have 0 swirled wax now. But look at how insanely cool this weapon actually looks. We have the Tide Popper here, guys. So let's go ahead and show you guys how we actually earn each material really easily. Alright, let's get started with how I actually got 1.5k blue extracts. Now, majority of it, if not most, literally, it's just from crafting. As you can see here, I have already bought the Tide Popper. I have 337. I have an extra 184 crafting. It has been a couple of hours since the last clip because I'm also expecting to buy the hydroponic planter tomorrow. And we should be officially done with all of the blue items. We just need to get the other planters for the end game. And yeah, another way to actually get those extracts is literally from these festive gifts, pretty much. Especially now that everybody is running the festive bee. Make sure you guys do join macro servers because everybody will be running a festive bee. And the amount of blueberries you actually get from them is ridiculously OP. And you can also just be using your sprouts. Your sprouts is also a very reliable way. Same thing with killing off these rhino beetles and the bosses. They will be dropping extracts very often. So make sure you guys do your bug runs quite often. And of course, by macroing in the pine tree itself, you are going to be able to have access to a lot of blueberries. Probably in 24 hours of macroing, you should be able to get a few thousand. I don't macro that much, which is why my blueberry count is very low and I have to actually waste a ton of sprouts. But that is pretty much how you get the blue extracts really quick. Next up we have is going to be stingers. Stingers, there is no strategy, there is nothing you can do. Besides from killing vicious beasts, of course, gifted vicious, the daily bonus, they will give you a lot of stingers. You can also server hop around, so you just keep switching servers up until you can find the nighttime. And then you will just need to find the vicious bee and get the stinger. It's pretty much that easy, it's just 150. Tropical drinks. Tropical drinks, I am currently actually quite low. I also needed to get the coconut belt. So tropical drinks you get from killing the coconut crab. That is definitely the best way to get those coconut or the tropical drinks. That is the best passive way. You can also, of course, summon sprouts. And then you can also collect some coconuts. Of course, you need to spawn it in the coconut field. That's the only way you get coconuts there. Put sprouts on the coconut field, get some coconuts, and then craft them into tropical drinks. That is going to be the best way to get tropical drinks. And then we have the comforting vial here. You just need to have 12 hours of comforting nectar. So right here, I have more than 12 hours, right? All I need to do is go over there to the condenser, and then I just condense 12 hours into 4 hours, which is essentially this vial right here. This is a 4-hour vial. Very simple. Next up we have is going to be swirled wax. Now, swirled wax, it is currently Beesmas, so it's very easy to get. There are actually a ton of packs here. This one right here gives you 5 swirled wax. This one gives you the blue extracts and then some swirled wax as well. Very solid. Of course, we have caustic waxes. We have the turpentine here. This one will give us 10 swirled wax, 10 caustic, and then 1 turpentine. So very useful packs. Some of the quests from the Beesmas will also give you the swirled wax. Dapper Bears, especially even his normal quest without the Beesmas, he will be giving you the swirled wax. So that's very good. And then of course, puff runs is going to be your best option if you wanted to go cheap. However, it's very hard to do puff runs as a beginner, or not really a beginner, someone who isn't endgame yet. Because nobody will want you in their puff runs. You're literally useless. So I'm honestly not really including puff runs. I didn't even get, maybe I got like 1 or 2 swirled wax from puff runs, but that's it. Because again, it's very hard to find teams that will actually allow you to join them if they are not your friends. Because if you are under level 20, and especially if you're a blue hive, you are essentially useless. Next way is of course going to be from crafting. Crafting, it is going to be super expensive. But it is, of course, going to be very worth it if you just need the few left just to craft your Tide Popper. I do highly recommend crafting it, even if it's very expensive. So that is something you can keep in mind. But like I said, Beesmas just do their quests, get the packs from these shops, it's going to be super good. If you guys are spending Robux, 4.5k will also give you 25 Robux and 25 caustic. I don't recommend doing this because I am a free-to-play, so I'm not gonna advise you guys to spend money on this game either. And then lastly we have is going to be Super Smoothies. Beesmas, unfortunately, or fortunately rather, on it is very kind here. You can buy exactly 50 Super Smoothies for 500 gingerbread bears. So that is going to be the best way to get these Super Smoothies. I believe that's how I actually got mine from a previous Beesmas, or maybe I'm mistaken. There is also a way you can put plastic planter on the coconut field or the rose field. It has a chance of giving you one Super Smoothie every 36 days. So that is a viable option. And of course, last option is going to be from crafting. If you are willing to craft Super Smoothies, they are very much craftable. However, again, they are very expensive, just like this World Wax. And that is pretty much how I got the Tide Popper very easily within a month of playing. And I'm also going to be getting the hydroponic planter tomorrow. I'll just show you guys that right now. So when you head on over here, you have the Tide Popper and then you have the hydroponic planter. I have literally everything already except for the blue extracts. So once I do have the crafting finished tomorrow, I hopefully will be able to get some extra more blue extracts. And then we should be fine. We have the hydroponic planter purchased for our blue hive. And that's pretty much it for the video. If you guys have any other questions or video suggestions, make sure you guys do leave them down below. And I will see you all in the next video.